The following podcast may contain adult language and an abundance of salt, so get ready, nerds, because we're talking Doctor Who Season 3, Episode 10, Blink. Welcome, everybody, and thank you for joining us on the spoiler-free epic adventure that we're going on with Doctor Who for our club members. I am joined, as always, by my fantastic panel of nerds. Matt Vader is too busy to say hi because he's doing his dailies on Dragon Champion. What's up, buddy? How you doing?
I'm busy. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
What level are you up to?
44.
Wow.
What is this Dragon Champions you speak of?
Well, it's this little silly game that we play, Matt, that if people go to Salty Nerd
/DC.
Yeah. They will find out for themselves. They'll be able to download the game. And if you do that, go to the little options section where you put in a promo code and use the code SALTY, and you'll get some extra bonus stuff.
He's
Free
hired.
stuff.
And it's really fun. So,
Yeah, it's a hero collector game in the vein of World of Warcraft, and basically you play against other characters to get character shards to unlock better characters so you can build up your teams. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, it never ends. I've been playing it for 2 years. It's a lot of fun. And the people at Dragon Champions believe in us. So saltynerd.com/DC will take you to the download page. It's free to play, free to download. And using our Salty promo code gets you all types of free stuff to get your journey in Dragon Champions started.
didn't I already say that?
Yes, you did, but he
Yes,
said
you
it
did.
better. Jude is also
He
here.
said it longer.
And uncut.
What's up,
Hello.
Jude? How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
And the frustrated producer of the show, Matthew Kadish.
I've said my piece.
Okay, good. Excellent. All right, guys. That's going to be the thing for us today. We're going to be talking about Doctor Who Season 3. It's one of the most famous episodes, I think, as far as I can tell, is Blink.
This is the episode that if people have never watched Doctor Who before, every Whovian says, watch this episode.
Yeah.
Because it's what's called a Dr. Lite episode, which means that the Doctor's not in it a whole lot, but it introduces you to him, it introduces you to time travel, it introduces you to kind of like the format of the show, which is creepy aliens, and it's a fun little timey-wimey adventure. So
Timey-wimey.
Oh, man, you took my line.
I know.
I was going to say timey-wimey.
Well, we're all going to say it, right?
I wanted to say timey-wimey.
We can all say timey-wimey.
All right. So my reaction to this episode, I know I've been looking forward to this for a while, but we diving into this episode, I liked it better than I liked the first episode that we talked about.
The Christmas one.
The Christmas one.
Yeah.
Everything so far has been better than the Christmas one. The creepy French robot thing, better than the first one. This one is better. There was no lack of French accents, which was nice. That was kind of cool. But the monsters are super creepy.
I love British accents.
And I enjoyed the overall hijinks of bouncing around through time, which I think is apparently that's the thing for Doctor Who, is bouncing around through time. So they mess around with time a lot. And I was worried that there was going to be some major plot holes with how people are going back and then moving forward in time and giving other people spoilers as to what happens next and trying to help them out. I was like, oh man, I hope they play this right. But Nick, our top patron, explained it to me how time works in the Doctor Who world.
We sat in there last night in our Discord channel. We had a little watch party. You and me and Nick joined us. And every time we were like, huh? He would interject with a comment.
Well, you see.
This is what you need to look at it from this point of view. It was
I want to jump into one of those with you. It's so late though. That's past my bedtime.
I'm sorry.
We're night owls. We do a lot of stuff really late at night. Anyway, so Vader, what did you think about this episode?
Absolutely, by far my favorite of the 3 episodes we've watched now. It's my favorite one. Easily my favorite one. It's Doctor Who aliens. They're kind of freaky, right? We got weird French demons last week, and this week we got stone concrete angels that you can't look at or you can't look away from. Is that what it is?
Both. You can't look away from.
Turn your back on them or blink. I don't know. They're weird. I remember there was the lady at the Star Trek convention this year, and they were dressed up. One of them, there was 2 of them, and that's what they do. They travel around as cosplayers. But I think he was the Doctor, right?
Yeah.
And then she was the Blink
angel.
The Blink Angel. She was weird. She was super freaky.
Dude, she was so in character.
They never broke character.
Yeah.
Never. Every day they were a different character, and they were in character every day. But the way she was and then you turn around and you would literally they'd say turn around and then turn it back around and she'd be closer and we're like, and we had no
context for that whatsoever.
Like, what is she doing? It's really freaky, but I don't know what she's doing. What
Do
is
you
this
get
all
it
about?
now?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it was a good episode.
Right on.
I'm glad that we watched this one because it makes me a little more interested in exploring this fandom a little bit more.
Okay.
For sure.
Jude, how about you?
It was so creepy. I loved it.
You're like super into Doctor Who now, huh?
So am.
Oh, that's awesome.
Every time we watch one episode, I can't watch just one episode. I was so into it. So this was season 3, and it was my first foray into season 3. So I was like, wait a minute, where the hell's Rose? So then after we watched this, I went back to season 2 because I want to finish that season before I watch this season. So I didn't go any further than this, but I loved the whole episode. I was like this the whole time. I was like, oh my God, it's so creepy. The statues were the best.
Yeah.
And then when you saw them without like their hands over their face or their heads down, like their faces are freaky.
They're like extra long with the fangs.
Oh
yeah.
my God.
They're like space vampires.
Loved it.
I dig it.
Loved it.
Kadish, how about you, bud?
I think my favorite part was just watching it with Jude because there was a point where, Lawrence turns his head and then he turns back around and the angel's like right there and Jude literally screamed. She was like, "Oh my God!"
I don't scream like that.
but it was very funny to me. So like this was the episode that my buddy who introduced me to Doctor Who originally said like I should watch. He's like, just watch this episode. It'll give you like all the groundwork. It'll introduce you to David Tennant as Doctor Who, and so like. Before like I watched this one, I was like, I got to go back watch the previous season. I got to watch.
You don't listen to anyone.
Exactly. Like I needed to experience it myself.
Yeah.
But this is a perfect episode for people new to Doctor Who to kind of get into it. It's got one of his most famous lines, which is like timey-wimey, time stuff, which Doctor Who plays fast and loose with the time travel stuff. But this episode, which was written by Stephen Moffat, who in season 5 becomes the showrunner for Matt Smith's run, and he also wrote the previous episode that we reviewed, which was The Girl in the Fireplace. Like he really thought through a lot of like the time travel stuff because this is the type of thing where the Doctor's stuck in the past and we're with a character that, we've never seen before. And she keeps running into stuff that the Doctor did like in the 1960s that is paying off in her time period. And it's very clever. It's kind of like one of those things where like, okay, somebody sat down and thought through the time travel stuff. But also the Weeping Angels are some of the most iconic Doctor Who villains from the New Who.
Do we see them again?
Oh yeah, they come back.
Cool.
Yeah. They're kind of like a ever growing threat.
Okay.
But we're introduced to them in this episode, and they are creepy. Doctor says like they've been around since the beginning of time. Nobody knows who they are. They're quantum locked, which means that if you're looking at them, they're frozen in stone. But the minute that you turn away, they're free to kind of morph into their natural form, and they're super fast. And the way it works is if they touch you, they send you back to the past, and then they feast off of the potential energy that you would have created in your life going into the future from the present. And it's a very crazy...
Wait. Say that one more time.
You watched the episode.
So the Weeping Angels, basically what they do is they feed off of potential energy. And so the idea is that when they send you back to the past, all the stuff that you would have done in your life is basically theirs now. So like they feed on that.
So after we're done with these 4 episodes, do you think that you're going to watch more Doctor Who? Are you that into it, or is it 4 and done for you?
That's a really tough question. I think I'll probably go to Nick and be like, all right, give me like 4 more episodes. Because I don't know if I can binge seasons worth.
Yeah.
But I definitely am intrigued by like, these are the best episodes I could find. Okay, yeah, I'll go check those out.
I think that's a better question for us to answer next week after we're done with the month. But
okay, just know that question is on the table for next week.
I look at the Doctor Who world and I'm completely overwhelmed.
Really?
Because there's so much.
It was like 40 years worth of.
Yeah.
Okay, I can see
So
that.
it's like, and I think that's part of the reason I've never really dove into it before, because I've always been such a Star Trek guy. I'm like, I don't need another gajillion hour property that I need, that I don't have the time to watch, that I want to get into. And it's just, it's kind of overwhelming and daunting. When you look at it. That's the main reason I haven't ever bothered with it.
I feel I like the way that they have the rules because I feel like we are alike in the way that like the rules are made up and they don't matter. Me too. And that's how we roll, and I like that, and I like knowing that. Like going in, I'm like, okay, let's not like think too hard on it, but like they do bother to explain stuff, which I like. And if you don't, like put your science brain to it, it holds up and it's fun.
And one of the things I liked about this episode a lot is that it's almost like a side adventure for the Doctor, because she runs into him at the end of the episode, and
don't spoil it.
Well, I'm just saying that like he's got like a bow and arrow, and his new companion is there, and he's like, sorry, I'm kind of under the gun here. I got 4 things I got to deal with. Well, 4 things and a lizard, and it's just kind of like you catch him like mid-adventure that like, like there's this big epic episode that's going on at the same time that you're watching this episode, and it's kind of like doing its own thing.
The Doctor's always working.
So I want to know this. Do we ever get to see that episode?
That's what I was going to ask.
Where he comes in
with a bow and arrow.
Do we have that same interaction? It's just some random other episode
I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to hold your bow like that either. That's going to damage your bow.
Because that would have been really cool if there was like an episode in season 6.
I was wondering the same thing.
Where he comes back and they have that weird interaction.
And it's just some random chick, Sally Sparrow or whatever.
Do you know, Kadish?
I believe that the answer is no. We never get to see that adventure.
That would have been great.
It would have been great. Yeah.
Missed opportunity right there. All right, guys, you know how this works. If you want to get the rest of this episode, go to saltynerdclub.com and join the club membership. It's only $5 a month. You guys get exclusive access to 4 podcasts every single month that are made just for you. This month we're doing Doctor Who, of course. And next month we're going to be doing Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
I'm so excited for you to have your first watch.
Oh, my God. I'm not looking forward to this. Teenagers.
He's going to hate it.
I know. I really don't want you to, though.
Teenagers fighting monsters. I don't know, man. We'll see. Anyway, saltynerdclub.com. Join the club membership. Help support the podcast. You guys get an absolute massive library of exclusive content that is just for our members, and also Discord access. You can hop in there and talk Doctor Who with the rest of the Doctor Who fans. And I wanted to thank the new members that came in because of this episode, and because we're covering Doctor Who. Thank you for the support. I hope you guys hang out.
I'm always surprised that when new members hop into the Discord, they're like, wait a minute, you guys replied to us?
Yeah, we just had that happen the other day. They were like, oh my God, you personally replied to me? And I'm like,
yeah, we actually talk to people. Yeah. It's weird.
It's like
we're actually in our Discord.
Yeah, like
we're very insecure and like the attention.
Please like us.
Please come and talk to me.
Yeah, but everyone who signs up for the club and they get into the Discord, they're like, wait a minute, like we're not used to this level of interaction.
Oh,
Listen,
man,
we're nerds and we love being surrounded by other nerds. So of course we want to talk to you.
Absolutely. So help support us. saltynerdclub.com. You guys know what to do. All right, that's it for our first 10 minutes, club members.
Now let's get down and dirty.
Let's get into it. Stay salty, guys.